Change is inevitable, so is resistance to change. Paradoxically, organizations both promote and resist change at the same time. Let's take a look. A commonly held view is that resistance to change needs to be overcome, but that's not always the case. Resistance to change can be used for the benefit of the organization and need not be eliminated entirely. By revealing a legitimate concern that proposed change may harm the organization or that other alternatives might be better, resistance may alert the organization to re-examine a change. 6 major organizational sources of resistance include overdetermination, narrow focus of change, group inertia, threatened expertise, threatened power, and changes in resource allocation. Of course, not every organization or every change situation displays all 6 sources. Organizations have several systems designed to maintain stability. Such a system is said to be characterized by overdetermination or structural inertia, in that one could probably have the same effect on employee performance with fewer procedures and safeguards. In other words, the structure of the organizational procedures resistance to change because it's designed to maintain stability. Another important source of overdetermination is the culture of the organization. Many efforts to create change in organizations adopt too narrow a focus. Any effort to force change in the tasks of individuals or groups must take into account the interdependence among organizational elements such as people, structure, tasks, and the information system. When an employee attempts to change his or her work behavior, the group may resist by refusing to change other behaviors that are necessary complements to the individual's altered behavior. In other words, group norms may act as a brake on individual attempts to behavior change. A change in an organization may threaten the specialized expertise that individuals and groups have developed over the years. A job redesign or structural change may transfer responsibility for a specialized task from the current expert to someone else, threatening the specialist's expertise and building his or her resistance to change. Any redistribution of decision-making authority, such as with re-engineering or team-based management, may threaten an individual's power relationships with others. If an organization is decentralizing its decision-making, managers who wielded their decision-making powers in return for special favors from others may resist the change because they do not want to lose their power base. Groups that are satisfied with current resource allocation methods may resist change and believe that it will threaten their future allocations. Resources in this context can mean anything from monetary rewards and equipment to additional seasonal help to more computer time. These 6 sources explain most types of organization-based resistance to change. All are based on people and social relationships. Many of these sources of resistance can be traced to groups or individuals who are afraid of losing something, resources, power, or comfort in a routine. Individual sources of resistance to change are rooted in basic human characteristics such as needs and perceptions. Researchers have identified 6 reasons for individual resistance to change: habit, security, economic factors, fear of the unknown, lack of awareness, and social factors. Let's take a look. First is habit. It's easier to do a job in the same way every day if the steps are repeated over and over. Learning an entirely new set of steps makes the job more difficult. For the same amount of return or pay, most people prefer to do it easier rather than harder. Security. Some employees like the comfort and security of doing things the old way. They gain a feeling of consistency and safety from knowing that some things stay the same despite all the change going on around them. People who believe their security is threatened by a change are likely to resist it. Economic factors. Change may threaten an employee's steady paychecks. Workers may fear that change will make their jobs obsolete or reduce their opportunities for future pay increases. Fear of the unknown. Some people fear anything unfamiliar. Changes in reporting relationships and job duties create anxiety for such employees. Employees become familiar with their bosses and their jobs and develop relationships with others within the organization, such as contact people for various situations. These relationships and contacts help facilitate their work. Lack of awareness. Because of perceptual limitations, such as lack of attention or selective attention, a person may not recognize a change in a rule or procedure and thus may not alter his or her behavior. People may pay attention only to things that support their point of view. Social factors. People may resist change for fear of what others will think. As we've mentioned before, the group can be a powerful motivator of behavior. Employees may believe that change will hurt their image, result in ostracism from the group, or simply make them different. People tend to resist change for a variety of reasons. Organizations and managers who effectively overcome this resistance will likely continue to keep abreast of their competitors and remain viable organizations. But organizations and managers who do not deal with resistance may be contributing to the eventual demise of the organization.